I'm an ideas person, but I'm also the first person to say that it's not about the idea. Ideas are plenty. It's all about the execution. So I'm very excited to introduce a guest podcaster for you today. It's my good friend, Joeri Schilders, otherwise known as the Magic Source. Joeri and I go way back. I think we virtually met in 2020 through my Facebook group, the Flip Charts. He just jumped in. I don't know. Actually, I still don't know how he heard about it. Maybe I should ask him that. But later on that year, we became friends over voice notes and videos over WhatsApp. He was living in Singapore at the time. And he's just got a really interesting perspective on life and just jumping in and doing fun things. We get along really well. And we ended up starting a program together called Virtually Possible, where the whole program was around it is virtually possible to recreate the magic of in-person experiences online. So it's really helping people within corporations or facilitators just really supercharge their virtual game. We ran a couple of programs based on that and it's been friend tours around the world ever since. So he's moved to the Netherlands. And the most exciting thing is that he's moving to Sydney later this year. Yay! We actually met up in person. I met his lovely wife, Tremaine, in London. Maybe 3 years ago. So it's really fun to have these virtual connections that come to life. And you'll hear why I love staying in touch with Joeri on this episode. This is part 1 of part 2. Joeri explains the two-parter and why that's the case. I'll play part 2 on tomorrow's episode, but enjoy the listen and kill your ideas.
Hello, Leanne. This is Joeri dialing in from the Netherlands, a gloomy Netherlands, may I say. It was sunny in the morning, but now it's back to overcast. It seems like it's going to rain. Typical. Anyway, great to be back with your podcast. Really appreciate it. We talked about some ideas that would be valuable for your audience. And since I do 2 very different things, let's split this into 2 episodes, two sides of Joeri. For the people who don't know me, my name is Joeri. For the past 20 years, I've been working with Fortune 500 around their innovation endeavors, or helping them innovate, under the brand name The Magic Source. And then more recently, I've launched Joeri Creates, where I help self-employed professionals and solopreneurs grow their business with video. So splitting it into 2, the first episode, let's talk a bit about the innovation side, and in the next one, we'll explore the video side. I want to give you some insights, some practical takeaways. So let's just kick things off with innovation. In fact, I want to talk about the other side of innovation. When most people think of innovation, they think of the fun, creative, almost rah-rah moments of brainstorming ideas, creative sessions, etc. And even though they do have a place and a time, that's usually not where it lacks when it comes to innovation. So most companies I know, they're not short on ideas, but they are short on execution. There's a book called The Other Side of Innovation, where they debate that imagine innovation is climbing a mountain, where like having the idea is at the pinnacle of the top of that mountain. So you have to ascend, you have to go up that mountain to reach that goal. Well, many people don't notice once you have that idea, you have that flag or whatever is up on the top of the hill, you have to come back down again. And more people die on the way down than they do on the way up. It's no different with innovation. It's a very similar thing. Most companies say they need more innovation or they need to innovate. They don't. They need to do something with the ideas and solutions they already have. I call that check in the fridge. Most companies out there will have a ton of ideas, prototypes, business plans, models, demos in Keynote, PowerPoint decks, in drawers somewhere on a hard drive. There's a lot of stuff there already. And nothing's happened with them, and that is such a shame. So the first thing is kind of looking at your company right now. See it as a fridge. Before you go and do your groceries, check what you have in the fridge already. You know, how many of your innovation initiatives have gone nowhere? How often do you hear business leaders say, we are an innovative company, but you actually don't see any real change? So that's not an ideas problem. That's a follow-through problem. That's an execution problem. Interestingly, I was talking to a friend this morning over a coffee. We were talking about fast fashion. And one of the challenges there is that people want the latest thing. They want something that's new and trendy. They want the latest fashion. In business, similar things happen. People get too excited about new technologies, about new trends, about new things that sometimes it's much more exciting and very often easier to just keep coming up with new things that look cool, that maybe the marketing or the sales teams really enjoy having, but that gets in the way of actually doing the hard work of taking an idea that you already have and really working that into something that works in the market. Because that's the hard part. It's not coming up with ideas. Ideas are plenty, particularly in a time when you can look up anything on the internet through a small device in your hand. The best companies don't focus on coming up with more ideas. They focus on getting one idea out the door faster, often through an iterative process where you have a half-baked idea, you turn it into a quick demo, a quick prototype. By the way, when I say quick demo, I'm talking a sketch on the back of a napkin. I'm talking about something you can make with clay, like a simple 3D rendering, an AI image, something which is a representation of that idea you can share with your customers or with the market to get some quick and dirty feedback to find out whether it's got legs or not. And you take that feedback and then you build a version 2. But you do that faster. Don't wait until you've spent a lot of money, time, and energy. Something you can do within the next hour. Like what can we do in the next 24 hours? So the shift side, instead of brainstorming more, kill ideas faster to clear for the ones that matter, because it's very simple. You can't focus on 100 ideas at the same time. You don't need 100 crazy ideas. You need 2, 3 you can go and test, and maybe 1 or 2 that you can take forward and invest in. And instead of long-winded innovation strategies, ask what is the smallest, fastest experiment we can run? Something, like I said, in the next 24 hours, can we build something? Can we build a quick website? Can we call 10 of our customers and explain the idea and say, we're working on something. If it were to look like this, would you be interested? Can we tell you more? And you get cues from the market to find out whether you're on the right track. And then you can also quickly find out which ones don't work, and don't be too ready for them. Just kill them off. And if there is something in those ideas that you've taken off your whiteboard, if there's something in there which really people are generally excited about, it will show up back on the whiteboard anyway, But I would be much quicker to kill ideas that don't add any real value, and they will just become a waste of energy, time, and money. Innovation isn't about big ideas. It's about keeping momentum. And the only way to get that is to ship something, just do it faster than everybody else. And to not focus on every idea. Famous story of Steve Jobs in Apple, who just was very good at focusing on a handful of things rather than focusing on 184 different initiatives that had going on. Focus on those few things. Focus stands for follow one course until successful. And that's what you kind of do here as well. Here's my challenge to you then. Have a look in your fridge. Have a look at some of the things that the ideas you've had in the past, some solutions that have come before you. Check people's laptops, their heads, their minds, and ask everybody to bring the stuff to the table. Take stock of what you have, and then look at why didn't these things take off? Were they just bad ideas? Were they great ideas for the wrong solution? Was there a bunch of red tape people had to get through? Was there no money for it? Start looking at what was stopping these things from getting out there to the world. And then just find one idea that your company's been stuck in this, we should do this mode, but you haven't done anything. And then take the first step today. Probably need a bit of money. 1 or 2, 3 people dedicated to taking this forward, maybe building a demo, maybe testing it in the market. And think about what is the step we need now? What is one thing we can do today to get this ball rolling? Not a meeting, not another bloody deck, just like a simple step to make something happen. And you'll see where that takes you. Because ideas don't change your business, but execution does. So that was a little piece about innovation. May you find the gold dust in here. It's in there. You're just going to have to find it. On to the other episode, which is all about video and how, anyway, we're going to talk about video for business. So make sure you check out the other episode as well.